Hello, listeners. Welcome to Plano's Political Pitbull Podcast. I am Esther.
And I'm Ruth.
And today we have a lot of things for you. But first, up is our sponsor. Our sponsor is Southwest Pain Management. Southwest Pain Management takes care of most chronic pain without pain pills. Their goal is to get you back to doing the things you love. They are also the world's leading long COVID experts. Dr. Groisman sees people from all over the world to treat their long COVID. Southwest Pain Management is in Plano. Please go to their website, reliefbeginshere.com. That's reliefbeginshere.com to see all that they do. Next up, last week we discussed an article that was published in the Israeli Times on anti-Semitism in Plano schools. Well, oh my goodness. Apparently that article, what that article said in it, was just the tip of the iceberg. I have learned some things since then from a few sources that, one, the Texas Education Association has opened an investigation on Plano ISD relating to its anti-Semitism problem. Also, there has been a Title VI civil rights investigation opened by the Department of Justice's Anti-Semitism Task Force. And they are interviewing parents.
Where'd you learn this?
I have a source. I have actually a couple of sources that I learned this from.
Mm-hmm.
And this is shocking. It's worse than what that article had said. Basically,
That wasn't specific.
Plano, I am not going to reveal my sources right now.
Oh, they want to be anonymous?
They didn't tell me that I could reveal their names or not, so I'm not.
Okay.
But these are some of these are people I know personally. Some of these are people who are friends of friends, and this is really bad. Apparently, Plano has done absolutely nothing to protect Jewish children. Silence in that article, it's more than silence. We're just going to ignore this, and we're not going to help your child deal with the abuse they are having. We're not going to punish the kids for
Bullying,
being in an anti-Semitic way, or engaging in anti-Semitism.
To be fair, whenever there's a bully, in these situations, even if it's racially charged, the victim usually gets in trouble, not the perpetrator.
That's shocking.
It happens all the time.
I mean, I've seen where two kids get into a fight. Let's say one kid hits another kid, just punches the other kid, and child B, okay, the victim, decides they're going to defend themselves, so they punch back. Both kids get in trouble.
Nope.
Now you're telling me that child B would get in trouble?
Yep.
Where
happens more than you think. It shouldn't, but it happens more than you think.
Where have we gone wrong, folks?
Even if it's verbal.
I mean, you could have two kids going at each other, verbally, and you're telling me that the victim gets in trouble,
Yep.
not the.
I don't care who started it. You shouldn't have retaliated. You should have come and told me. Yeah, and then you wouldn't have done anything.
But the aggressor should get in trouble too.
Never happens. Or at least it doesn't usually happen.
Well, now the feds are involved. Never a good thing. Because the feds can take Plano ISD's funding away. Hopefully I'll have more on that. We hope to have a person come on and tell their story. Still trying to reach out to that person and get a hold of them. We're working on it, so cross your fingers. We might have a first-hand experience for you. The district might also get in trouble with the state because thanks to our own Collin County Rep. Matt Shaheen, who helped get an anti-Semitism act passed in the regular session that all of our county reps voted for, they could be in trouble with the state because in this act, it clearly states that a school shall use anti-Semitism to determine or to punish a student's behavior and to determine whether a student's behavior was motivated by anti-Semitism. In taking a disciplinary action, this is according to the bill, against a student for behavior that violates the institution's student code of conduct and that may be reasonably be determined to have been motivated by anti-Semitism, the institution shall use the definition of anti-Semitism provided by the government code, which, in case you are wondering what in the world is that, the definition of anti-Semitism in the code is a certain perception of Jews that may be expressed as hatred towards Jews. The term includes rhetorical and physical acts of anti-Semitism directed towards Jewish or non-Jewish individuals or their property or toward Jewish community institutions and religious facilities. Examples of anti-Semitism are included with the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's working definition of anti-Semitism adopted on May 26, 2016. So, what are some of these examples that they can use? Manifestations might include the targeting of the State of Israel, conceived as a Jewish collectivity. So some of examples in public life of anti-Semitism that they can use are denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination by claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor. Another one, drawing comparisons of contemporary Israeli policy to that of the Nazis, holding Jews collectively responsible for the actions of the state of Israel, accusing the Jews as a people or Israel as a state of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust. There is a long list here. This is the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance working definition of anti-Semitism, and you can find it on their website. It's a long list. I just read off a couple of things, but they can use those as examples that the behavior, whether verbal or physical, is anti-Semitic in nature. We'll keep you updated if anything else happens with Plano ISD in this area. It is disturbing, though.
It's not new.
I think the investigation by the Department of Justice.
Oh, that's new, yes.
I mean, these parents were not going to take this lying down. They decided, well, I'm not getting any help from the principal. They went through the channel. They didn't get any help from the principal. They didn't get any help from the administrators. Went to the board, didn't get any help from the board. Apparently they also, according to my source, went to the AG. He did nothing. Ken Paxton, hello. His office is doing nothing, which is shocking. And so we're like, okay, we're going to go to the feds. Like I said, we'll keep you posted. Moving on to Plano City Council's side. Plano is going to go over their HUD grants on Monday, July 28th, 2025 at 7 p.m. The Plano City Council will be voting on who to give federal housing and urban development grants to, also known as HUD grants. One group that is on the list to get $36,983 is the Texas Muslim Women's Foundation. Now, according to their website, they help women in domestic violence situations. They have women's shelters, and they help women get set up in new homes away from their abuser. Sounds like a great organization so far. They have received tax dollars in the past and are a 501c4 charity. Well, yesterday, I was made aware of accusations against the Texas Muslim Women's Foundation by multiple online sources. I'm not going to go into what the accusations were because I don't want to repeat them if they're not true. They're all over the internet, sadly. And while they're all over the internet, I cannot find any physical evidence to back up the accusations. I can't find a single email, a video, anything. Just because I can't find it does not mean these allegations are false, but
For all we know, this woman just made it all up because she hates Muslims.
Exactly. I don't know. Now, it could also be true. If they are true, it's disturbing. If somebody went and made them up, that's disturbing too. We cannot jump to conclusion. Just because someone makes an accusation does not make it true. If this was a Jewish group for abused women, and there are Jewish groups who help women who are victims of domestic violence and escape their partners, and they had disturbing accusations made about them, I would demand physical evidence. So I am not going to be a hypocrite. I want to see hard evidence. So what can we do? Well, in my opinion, the city of Plano, if they're going to give out HUD funds, and I'm going to talk about the problem with actually giving out taxpayer money in a minute. If they're going to give out HUD funds, the city needs to do an investigation into how the funds were used and would be used by the Texas Muslim Women's Foundation. That way they can be sure the money is directly going to abused women. If the investigation clears the group, Plano can give them the HUD money without a problem. Please contact Plano City Council and ask them to hold off on giving the Texas Muslim Women's Foundation funds until the city can investigate what our federal money would be used for and has been used for in the past. This is item number 3 on the regular agenda. That is the meeting at 7 o'clock tomorrow, Monday, July 28th, 2025. We have links to the emails of all of the council people and the city. So please go to our website, planospoliticalpitbull.com, to get them and write to them. You can also testify in public if you would like. There is a form that you need to fill out beforehand online. They have gotten rid of in-person registration. I don't like that. The elderly are not going to like that, or those who are technologically not inclined. But you have to fill out that form and hit send on your computer before 4 o'clock. So just do your due diligence. That form you can find on Plano's website. Now, this is the problem when a government entity gives taxpayer money out to nonprofits. They have to know everything that that charity does and stands for. Because every person that loves what the charity stands for and does, there is going to be another person who doesn't want what they do or doesn't believe in what they do and doesn't agree with some of their political leanings or stances on issues. And I think this is why the government needs to stay out of the charity business. Charities were designed as private entities. People don't give government their tax dollars so that they can pick a charity for them and give to that charity. They give the government taxpayer dollars so they can take care of the roads, take care of the sewer lines, the water, all the usual things.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe some people do because they're lazy and just want government to do everything for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just an idea.
Bad idea, guys. Bad idea. I'll give you an example. The Salvation Army, known for their red bucket campaigns at Christmas time, they have helped probably millions of people by now. They have shelters for homeless during the winter. They have clothing drives, all kinds of things that they do to help poor people. Well, the Salvation Army is a Christian organization, and the LGBT community doesn't like them because they're a Christian organization that, guess what? Part of the doctrine of Christianity is homosexuality is a sin, but they help a lot of poor people. Should they get taxpayer dollars? I don't think a LGBTQ person would want to give money, and I know a lot of them don't want to give money to them. No? What? Did I say something wrong?
Hearing you try to say the acronym is so funny. Because you also said it wrong.
I said it wrong. I'm sorry.
You just switched the B and the G.
Okay. Sorry. Typical for me. Okay. Let's take a Jewish organization that helps the poor. We have that too. We have the Jewish Federation. Now, the Jewish Federation, they support Israel. Should they get taxpayer funds?
Some people would say yes, some people would say no.
Exactly.
That's the point.
That's the problem. Some people says yes. Some people says no. Some people probably say, I don't care. I say nobody should get it. That's why we have donors. That's why these 501c4 charities, you can deduct them from your tax return whenever you donate. Now, that wouldn't be a reason to give, it's just for the tax deduction. The reason to give is because it's the right thing to do and you believe in the cause. You feel passionately about it. Having government have to parse out every detail about these things takes time. And even if they do, even if it's a great organization, there is going to be a taxpayer who doesn't like it and doesn't want their dollars going to it. Nonprofits should get private money. If they're relying on government funds, then That's a problem. And they shouldn't be relying on government money. Something else that the Plano City Council is doing tomorrow is they're having a joint session with Planning and Zoning to go over the impact of the bills that passed the legislature in the last session that will affect our zoning. Specifically, they will be discussing SB 840, SB 15, and SB 2477. We have talked about the first two. SB 840, that is commercial zoned properties can be converted to multifamily residential properties without rezoning in cities of a population of more than 150,000 in a county with more than 300,000. Guess what? That's us. So basically, you have an office building, it's not being rented out. The person who owns it can convert it by right now into multifamily. SB 15 is the small lot bill. Now we can be on the size of a postage stamp with these houses. These will not do anything to help the housing market. I think they'll just backfire on us and they'll actually hurt the housing market because towns who are below the population threshold simply will not want to grow anymore if they want to keep control over their zoning. Now, one we have not gone over before. This is Bill SB 2477. So this bill is a companion with the SB 840. It's sort of how is this going to work bill with SB 40. It is the regulation of the conversion of certain office buildings to mixed use and multifamily residential occupancy. And I can't believe I did not hear about this bill because it is a doozy. As if the automatic rezoning is not bad enough. Under this now law, a municipality may not, in connection with the use, development, construction, or occupancy of a building proposed to be converted to a mixed-use residential or multifamily residential use, require the preparation of a traffic impact analysis. So, owner of office building wants to convert it to a multifamily, and the city can't say, how is that going to affect our traffic? You need to do a study and let us know. Can't do that now. Also, the owner does not have to make improvements or payments of a fee in connection with mitigating the traffic effects related to the conversion to multifamily. And the city cannot limit any density.
Isn't that dangerous?
I would think so. The only limit they have is the highest residential density allowed in the municipality, or 36 units per acre.
Okay, they do have a limit.
Yeah, but it's the highest density that the municipality has, maybe in like one area. Well, what if that doesn't work in the other area of the city? The city cannot require any design requirement relating to the exterior, the windows, internal environment of the building, or interior space dimensions of an apartment that is more restrictive than the applicable minimum standards under the International Building Code. So we need to use the International Building Code. They also cannot require an impact fee unless it is related to water and wastewater facilities. If the conversion from commercial to multifamily increases the demand for water and wastewater services for the building. Now that can go either direction depending on the size of the building and how many people were working there. I'm telling you, after this meeting, planning and zoning, they can just pick up shop. Just retire. I don't know what else they're going to be doing. All of the big stuff, all of the really important matters that residents care about has been taken away from them. I tell you, folks, you need to write to your representatives if they voted for those 3 bills and say, what in the world were you thinking? And have a long talk with them.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yes. No, primary season's coming up. You can tell them. You better watch it. Some other things that'll be going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day. There is a long agenda. I don't know when they're going to be getting out tomorrow night. It's the planning and zoning with the council. That meeting starts at 4:00. So if you'd like to tell them, your opinion on what they should do, be there by 4. Remember, sign up online.
Does planning and zoning even matter anymore with the new state laws?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's going to matter anymore. I wouldn't think so. Like I said, all the big important stuff that people care about.
It doesn't seem like it.
No, it doesn't. They have taken so much power away from the local officials. See, this is why I think all of this is going to backfire and not increase housing, especially in the places that need it. Let's say you're Georgetown and you have a population of about, I think their population is around 90,000. Or Flower Mound, around the same thing. You're under the 150,000 threshold. You're Georgetown, you're Flower Mound. Are you going to okay more development that's going to bring in more people if you know that if you go above 150,000 in population, all of a sudden your planning and zoning rights get taken away? I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do a lot of things the government would do.
Well, the mayor of Georgetown said if this bill...
A lot of people wouldn't do a lot of things the government does.
So Georgetown was actually included in the bill. He went to testify. Georgetown is right outside of Austin. He goes to testify and he said, if this bill goes into effect, Georgetown could have, theoretically, 1 million apartments. Shortly after he testified, they raised the population number so that the folks who came and testified wouldn't be included. Sadly, Mayor Munns did not go down to testify. None of our city councilmen went down, or women, went down to testify against those bills.
Well, clearly they didn't care.
Because we could have been taken out too.
Again, clearly they did not care.
No, they didn't. They did not realize the importance of this. And so I think now the mayor knows we can't go above, in Georgetown, we can't go above 150. If we go above 150, we could have 1 million apartments. There's no way he's going to do that. There's no way they can afford to do that. The infrastructure alone they can't afford. So some other things that are going on, as I said, it's going to be very busy tomorrow. They are getting an analysis on fair housing choice. So that's going to be interesting. That's item number 4 on the agenda.
I wonder what fair housing choice is.
I'm not quite sure. That's going to be the interesting part for me. It said the agenda item says presentation of the analysis of impediments to fair housing choice. This report highlights potential impediments to fair housing choice and provides recommendations to reduce impediments over the next 5 years consolidated plan period. The public will be given an opportunity to speak on the report during the public hearing. And the next item they're going to discuss is a discussion and a feedback on the City of Plano housing study. So I have not had a chance to look at those things, so I cannot speak on them. You can obviously look it up for yourself. It's on the Plano website under the agenda. They have the full packet there, all 600 pages of it. I don't know if I could be a council person. Could you imagine having to read 600 plus pages?
My brain would explode.
Over a weekend. They get a document dump, basically, on, I think, either Thursday or Wednesday before the council meeting.
Okay, correction. My eyes would glaze over.
I
wouldn't absorb anything.
I know it's a lot. I would be like, I can't do this. I would need a week, and I'd have to be doing it every day for a week, all day long. It'd be the only thing I could do. I don't know how these folks did it. I don't, and how they continue to do it. If they read every word, which I highly doubt. Some of them do, because some of them have full-time jobs. Yeah, if you're retired, it's a different story. But if you got a full-time job, I don't know when you're reading this stuff. So we'll go over all the highlights of the study and what was said during the council meeting on our next episode. On to our very important dog. Zeus is a friendly boy who is about 5 years of age. He is a smart dog who will make a great companion for you. He is a playful dog who was never claimed by his owner. One of his eyes has a genetic defect, but it sure doesn't slow him down. He is an active and sweet boy who really wants a new home. He is so affectionate and just a love bug. So if you are interested in Zeus and like to find out more about him, please go to our website, www.planospoliticalpitbull.com, and click on the link Pitbulls for Adoption. That is all for today, folks. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and if you feel so moved, comment. This is Esther.
This is Ruth.
For Plano's Political Pitbull, signing off.